is Jummah attire. Very Western, modern man with the like a t-shirt with a traditional shawl kind of thing. Respect. The purpose of me wearing this is not to get my arms burnt. Usually I'd wear it over my head also, but running a little bit late today, so just wore my jeans and t-shirt and then flung it on because it does serve a purpose as well. It's not just cultural. Well, it is cultural, but it serves a purpose. Duh. It's exactly 12, midday heat, 42 degrees. Hope I get a place inside, otherwise I'll have to read outside in the heat, which I have done in the past. I've parked somewhere where I shouldn't park, and someone else has blocked me in also. I hope you can hear me with the fans on. Just gonna give you my reflection for this week. I think it's been a positive. Whoa! Let's get my bloody camera sorted. Right, it's been a positive week. Very busy and very tiring though, and managed to get through it. Work's been okay. Started exercising a little bit in the house, so I think that's why I feel a bit better about myself. And yeah, it's quite good. You know, I'm just getting back into the routines, getting back into doing my, I don't know what I do, to be honest with you, half of the time, but just doing what I do to keep myself happy and just getting on with it, to be honest with you. A little reflection about being out here. The Expo 2020 is coming up, and I was just talking to my wife about what we're going to do, our plans for staying on here or moving somewhere else. And you know, I do have plans to move back to the UK at some point, but I just find it quite difficult because you do get quite spoiled being out here. You get used to this, the way things are and how easy things can be, and you know, I don't know, sometimes I look back and I think, do I really want to go back to teaching in the UK? Like, the stress I have here, it is quite stressful at the beginning of the year, but then when things calm down, it's not that bad. Back there, it's like constantly like that, and you know, just the lifestyle itself is a bit more, I don't know, time restrained, and all, you know, there's all sorts of reasons, but then also there's all sorts of reasons to move back at the same time. The thing I thought about, which I'd like to share, is just about moving in general. You know, a lot of people talk about how they want to explore and feel how it's like living in another place, but they never make the move. And that's because when you get to it, it's quite difficult to do all of that, you know, to leave your comforts and everything and then move over to another place where you have to settle in and you don't have friends and all that kind of stuff. It is quite difficult. So, you know, it takes a lot though to do it. I was scared when I did it, and I think once you do it the first time, after that it's not a problem. Going on holiday is a very different experience, and you know, you're with your friends and you're in a resort, or perhaps you're not, even depending on where you're going. But moving, it kind of makes you think more about who you are as a person and question why you do certain things, and just get to know yourself a little bit more, because once you're in different situations and circumstances, you act or react in a different way. And that's what really determines how you understand what your personality is really like when put into a different situation. And not only that, it helps you to grow and develop as well in many different ways. So I would advise it to some people who have asked me. I'm not going to mention who they are and what they do, etc. But I'd say, yeah, go for it. Just do it. Even if you just don't like it after a week or 2 weeks, just do it, honestly. But learn to appreciate the fact that wherever you go, whatever you do, that it's not your home country. So don't compare everything to what you get back home. I know a lot of people come out here to the UAE and in Dubai and they'll say, oh, so it's like this and it's like that and whatever. Not just here, you know, in many other places as well. And I say to them, look, You are not at home, so you're not going to get treated exactly the same. You won't get the same rights and the same privileges and all of that kind of stuff. So don't whinge about it, just get on with it, you know, and let that be part of your learning journey as well. So just, you know, something that I thought I'd share, it just came to mind. I don't know how and when, but it's one of those things that, you know, traveling does that to you, and you really need to get out of your comfort zone if you really want to change and have a bit more awareness, should I say, about what's going on out there. Because in this day and age, the technology era and the social media stuff is really changing people's minds and mindsets and the way they think and interact and do business with each other. So your kids, if you're a parent, or if you are, you know, a teenager at this moment watching this, you have got a lot more stress, or a lot more pressure, should I say, to compete with people from other places across the world, because a lot more people are moving around and are freely moving between countries. So job markets and, you know, businesses and all of this kind of stuff do benefit, but then locals sometimes suffer because of the fact that you know, because of the fact that there's so many foreigners coming in who are taking jobs and all of that kind of stuff. So we get a lot of these complaints in the UK, and we have to get through a few struggles in order for us to establish ourselves if you are coming in from outside. And that's normal. I think that's normal wherever you go. But one thing I like about it out here is the fact that everything is like a upfront system. Okay, you might pay for everything and you don't get the NHS and all of that kind of stuff, but things are changing back home anyway. So back in the UK, this kind of stuff is going to, you know, well, it is already changing. NHS is becoming privatized and education has become privatized to some extent, and that's how it works out here. So you know what you're paying in for, you know what you're going to get, and if you want something better, you just pay for it. You can go, and it gets, you know, you get yourself to where you want to get based on your means, rather than paying into a system where you don't benefit from it all of the time. Okay, you never see where your money goes half of the time when you're paying taxes in the UK. At least out here, you got your money and you basically spend it on what you need, rather than, you know, what you spending, well, I don't even know what is spent on half of the time. So just a quick thought, quite a few thoughts actually. I hope that's perhaps informed or helped you in some way whatsoever. Time to eat. I never know how to end. I honestly never know how to end my videos. I always like kind of look away or goes quiet, and then I expect it to kind of fizzle out. So